Hi everyone, welcome back to Swiss Home Garden. Chitra here. In this video, I will be taking you along our October garden tour and our October harvest. Let's begin. At the end of the video, I'll also be including a clip from a farm just a few meters away from our home, and it's just nice to go for a walk every day around this area. We will be mostly harvesting all the pumpkins. Since there was not much else to harvest, we were waiting for the pumpkin harvest. And at this stage, they were growing a little bit bigger than before, and you could also easily spot them since most of the leaves were drying and falling off. We also wanted to harvest before the first frost set in. The pumpkins will rot if the frost sets in. It freezes shortly and then you cannot store them long. The last of the tomatoes. At this stage, not many are ripening because it's too cold and there's not enough sunny days. In fact, it has been very cold and cloudy most of the time, but on this day, we took advantage of the sunlight to shoot this video. You can see the tomatoes outside the greenhouse are already drying out and are at the end of their life cycle. Inside the greenhouse, they don't look too bad. We are harvesting every now and then a little bit of the tomatoes, but they have reached their peak long back and there's not much else to harvest. So whatever is there, it's ripening and we try to pick as much as we can. This year, we were a little bit late in harvesting the sea buckthorn berries. So we harvested a little bit and we could juice some and I froze them. On the other hand, we thought we also give it a rest because we were so busy with so many projects. And I was also very busy and I had no time to process them. So it's also good sometimes to let the plants rest and take a break, and next year they would do better. We were postponing the harvesting and then finally it was way too ripe for us to harvest. In this bed, he is harvesting kale. Kale is an ideal autumn and winter vegetable, but we always cook the kale. I will be sharing with you a simple recipe which you can whip it up together in a matter of minutes and which is also very tasty. There will be some little lice on it, so we are trying to pick only the best ones which is not coated with this white, and the ones which are coated white have some lice, so we leave them alone there. The sunflowers have also reached the end of the life cycle. Somehow this year there were not too many sunflowers. I couldn't even collect them for decorating. And I guess we will get a lot more next year because we haven't even taken out the seeds. These seeds fall into this ground over here, and we have been getting since the past 4 years sunflowers in this area. This is one of the bigger pumpkins which we're harvesting. We had planted a lot of varieties. I will try to figure out the names of them. This we planted inside the compost bin. This was almost about 6 kilograms. In August sometime we made a special DIY vegetable storing unit. I will also try to put it up in the blog, but I was so busy in the last few weeks. I was also reorganizing my kitchen and so many things at the same time. And this is another variety of pumpkin. So I will be showing a few clips of all the different pumpkins we harvested. We had also a few butternut squash. I guess we will have a lot of soups. I'm very thankful for nature's bounty at this stage in life because we have hardly been going to the shops due to so many restrictions, and I'm happy to be cooking what we are growing. This is something I'm very thankful for. These butternut squashes can be stored up to spring or even summer. A couple of years back, I even used them during the summer months, but they were not as good, but they were still good enough to make a soup. I like to bake the butternut squash, and I also like to bake it in the oven and then make it into a soup. It's also tasty. Now this was a surprise. This is a bottle gourd. This was planted from our heirloom seeds. Last year we had a very good yield of bottle gourds because we planted them in the greenhouse. We planted this outside the greenhouse this year and it was a colder summer. So we didn't really get a good yield and they were a little late in flowering and fruiting. Moving into the greenhouse, you see us fiddling around with the heating system. We have been heating the greenhouse since some time now because the temperatures drop down to 3 to 4 degrees during the night. I made fermented chili sauce from the ripened chilies, and I've also frozen quite a lot to last for the winter months. We like to add some spice in some of our preps, and these are really hot variety. The green ones are not that hot, like the red ones are extremely hot once they ripen. And this is the last of the bitter melon, and we had forgotten to harvest. It was hidden behind and it has ripened, so we will be collecting the seeds. This little beetle looks so much like the bitter melon. This here is the zucchini, and these were the last of the flowers, but they will not give any fruits. It's too late for that. And this pumpkin has sneaked into the strawberry bed. A couple of years back, we had planted only the butternut squash variety and a different one, but this year we have a few varieties. The following clips are from a farm very close to home. With this, I end my video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe. I post one new video every week on food from scratch, Swiss country living, gardening and natural recipes. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.